Good morning.
For those of you who don't remember that I testified last year for the same bill. My name is Sherilyn Price. My son, the comedian Boogie B, Brandon Montrell, was murdered December 23rd of 2022. The suspects in his case were not juveniles at the time of his murder, but they've been criminals since they were juveniles. 10 years, each one of them. I consider that a failure of the juvenile justice system. How does a child get to be a criminal for 10 years? The opposition that I'm hearing is always all about these children, These are not children. These are carjackers, killers, and thieves who happen to be underage. And they made the choice to do whatever they did to victimize us. My son was an innocent person. He had come home for Christmas like he did every year. And he was killed in the parking lot of a grocery store at 3 o'clock in the afternoon in the warehouse district. This could happen to anybody. He wasn't doing anything. He was going about his business. In New Orleans, we've lost the privilege of going on about our business. Now we have to navigate around crime because these children you're so concerned about have terrorized the city. They ruined my personal life. Brandon was my last child. I had 3 children. They're all gone now. I lost my daughter to sudden infant death syndrome. I lost my older son in 2010 to suicide. And now my last child is murdered by children nobody cared to raise. So spare me all this concern. Victims' rights are codified, whatever that means. But I know personally, when you become a victim, you're nobody's priority. And all those rights that you printed, they don't mean anything because there's nobody to enforce them. This bill is the first legislation that will provide relief for victims. And so when you're sharing your concerns, I urge you to consider the victims, those of us whose children's blood have run red in the streets through no fault of their own. People have lost their mothers, their kids, their fathers. People have been paralyzed for life. Noah Hanson will never walk again because he took a walk in his neighborhood. So when you're considering the validity of this bill, I urge you to think about those of us whose lives have been shattered by these children you seek to protect. What about the taxpayer? What about the citizen? Do we not have a right to go to the grocery store? Do we not have a right to take a walk in our neighborhoods? I urge you, put the onus and the emphasis on the victims, on our quality of life. Thank you very much.
Ms.